Hey guys, it's the Black Critter Guy. Now, normally I don't report movie news unless I feel like it's really big, and I think that this one is quite the exception. Now, last night my friends Kinjo and Matt showed me this article on Latino reviews, who are these people who report on superhero news, basically, and they are very trusted. I mean, Grace Randolph talks about them, the Schmoes Know kind of talk about them, Jeremy Johns has talked about them, so I guess I can trust them because they release news about Warner Brothers' plans on the DC universe and who they want to helm the whole DC universe, and that person is none other than Christopher Nolan. So the news is that Warner Brothers is very pleased by the outcome of Man of Steel, that they want to personally put Christopher Nolan in charge of the entire DC universe, with him probably producing the Justice League movie alongside Zack Snyder, who will possibly direct the movie, and also they will have Christian Bale reprise his role as Batman. That's the news so far. And after digesting my thoughts, I thought I'd give you guys my opinions on what I think about this news, the good and the bad. Let's start off with the good. The fact that these three people are coming together and doing the Justice League movie is a good sign. Christopher Nolan is known as a visionary director with a keen eye on detail, story, and characters, all of which a Justice League movie needs. And Zack Snyder is also a visionary director with a fantastic eye for directing action in movies. All of his movies have well done and well executed action scenes. Say what you must about Sucker Punch, I wasn't a big fan of it. In fact, I didn't like the story, but you cannot deny that he executed those action scenes very well, and they were the best parts of the movie. Had he focused only on the action aspect of that movie, it probably would have been a better movie for me, but then he tried to write a story about it, and as long as he doesn't write the script, I think I'll be fine with him directing. With the news of Zack Snyder possibly directing with Christopher Nolan at the helms, I have a bit of restored faith in this project. I think that it might actually work now. And the last bit of news is like a cherry on top, because they're in talks to bring Christian Bale back as Batman for the Justice League movie. Now, I thought this was impossible, but apparently from what the article presented, Christian Bale said in an article that if Christopher Nolan approached him with the script of a Batman film, that he would tackle on a fourth one. And why not make the fourth one a Justice League film? I mean, you know Christopher Nolan is not gonna make mediocre work. He wants everything, every aspect of his film to be of the highest caliber. He's not gonna mess around with mediocre things. So if he presents him with the script, a really well done script, he'll probably do it, which gets me excited because I could never picture anybody as Batman now. It has to be Christian Bale. So to basically sum up the good aspects of this film, the fact that these three people will be involved in the Justice League movie gives me a little bit of restored faith, because Christopher Nolan is known for really planning out all of his work. He takes his time to make sure that the story is developed. He takes his time to make sure that everything works and fits together perfectly. Zack Snyder is a visionary action director who can handle action scenes so perfectly, which is needed for a Justice League movie, and Christian Bale is a phenomenal actor who brings that emotional appeal for Bruce Wayne. So it gives me restored faith, and I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen now. Now, as much as I'm ecstatic about this news, there are a few things that I have a problem with and I'm a little worried about. The biggest problem that is facing the Justice League still is that it still feels like it's being rushed. Yes, they have some great talent on it now, but a rush project with talented writers, directors, and producers and actors is still a rush project. The reason that they're so talented is because they actually take the time and put in the effort of making the movie. They actually have to be devoted to make this movie. This one, like I said, ever since the Avengers came out, they've been trying to fast track this Justice League movie, and they're trying to get as many people to be on it as possible. What makes Christopher Nolan such a great writer, director, producer is the fact that he takes his time with the material that he's working with. And with this, he has only, what, a 2-year span to really digest and work on this whole Justice League movie? That's not enough time, even for Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan should have been on the ball years ago. That way, he could have planned accordingly and make sure that he had all the pieces together and actually execute this plan, because right now it just still feels rushed, even though Christopher Nolan is a part of it, and I don't think that he could get it done within 2 years. The second biggest problem that worries me a bit is the creative differences between Christopher Nolan and the DC universe. Now, as we all know, Christopher Nolan took a lot of artistic liberties when making the Batman films, and my biggest problem with that is that they weren't faithful to the source material. And you know, with the Justice League movie, you kind of need to be a little faithful to the source source material. Now, that's not to say that I don't believe Christopher Nolan can do a good job. Hell, I love most of his movies. It's just that his vision for how he wants to do the Justice League might be different from the way that we all want to see the Justice League. As we all know, Christopher Nolan has his very own style, which is a dark and realistic depiction of the world that he tries to present. And with the Justice League, you can't really do a whole dark and realistic depiction. I mean, most of the Justice League are aliens from some other planet that came to Earth and teamed up together. So in that sense, you can't really portray that as realistic. You might have to go a little unrealistic, and I think that's going to be problematic for Christopher Nolan trying to portray a realistic depiction of the Justice League. Now, I don't know if that's what he's really going to do. It's just speculation right now. But from his track record, as you can tell, he really is into the whole dark, gritty, and realistic depiction of a story. And I feel like that's the type of style that he's going to go with not only Man of Steel, but with the Justice League. My third and last problem with this news is, although they have these very talented people at the helms of this project, it still seems like they don't have a strategy for how they want to execute this film. I mean, it's awesome that you got Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder helming this project with Christian Bale possibly returning as Batman again, but what is the game plan? What's the strategy? What's the story? How are you going to introduce all these characters? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and it gets me a little worried that the execution of the Justice League, again, feels forced. It's not going to come out well, even though you have all this talent behind it. Just because something is very talented doesn't mean it's always going to be great. So overall, my entire feeling of this whole news is very interested. I'm very interested to see what Warner Brothers is going to do next. I'm very interested to see how Christopher Nolan's going to shape the DC universe. Is he going to try to make them all gritty and realistic, or he's going to try to keep to the comics? I don't know. I'm very interested to see if Zack Snyder will be directing the Justice League movie, because that would be really awesome. And I'm extremely interested to see if Christian Bale will come back as Batman. But I would also like to know what you guys think of this news. Are you very interested to see what's going to happen next, or do you just not give a damn and you just think it's a rush project, it's going to fail, who cares? Comment below, let me know. And I'll also post the link to the article about this news from Latino Reviews. It will be in the description box, so make sure you check that out. But until then, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Wilder II from the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.